You have now entered the lab. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama, episode 105. We're recording this episode on December 11th, 2023. Two Monday Night Football games are going on as we hit record live. We got the Green Bay Packers versus my New York Football Giants. And on the other side, we got the Tennessee Titans live in Miami for Fort's Miami Dolphins. So a nice little treat for us on the Monday nights. I think the Monday night games mostly have been a little slow. So to get two, hopefully there'll be two not close games, but they'll at least be interesting. Obviously, Broward Vintage official representation presented for Enter the Lab. I am dripped out in Broward Vintage once again, Georgetown University crew neck sweater, or it's not a crew neck, it's like a V-neck crew neck. It's weird. And I got the old school Yankees fitted, which is probably like 40 years old. I don't know, but thanks for hooking it up, Broward Vintage. Yeah, nice. Yeah. It's old school. It's like it doesn't have like a brand or anything. It just 100% polyester made in Korea. That's it. Like it doesn't have any like
fitted. If it's your big ass head with your hair,
it's a snapback, nice. But it's like super old school. Yeah. So and then of course unofficially presented by Billionaires. Right, time for the holidays. Get some champagne, get some water, get some cognac. What's going on with you, Fort Sama? Everybody, welcome to episode 105. What's going on in the world of Fort?
105. I do want to shout out Ben and Broward Vintage, locally sourced in South Florida. He posted on his story on Broward Vintage story that he was going to do a live on Whatnot, and I'm glad he did because I found out about the app, and that app is insane. That app, literally, I'm addicted to that thing. I'll be on that app all day. whenever I have some time, I'm on Whatnot. I'm not even buying shit. I bought a few things. I'm not gonna lie. I bought a few things.
I know you said how many things you bought, or Ben told me, and I was like, "Geez, you need to delete that app ASAP."
I bought 4 shirts from Ben, and dude, no, that shit is lucrative. And then his boy that he was on doing it with, they rated another person's live, and he had this fucking Miami Hurricanes jacket in the background, and he showed it, and he didn't want to do it on the auction because he wasn't trying to get lowballed or lose money on it. Gotcha. So I DM'd him. I'm like, dog, I need that jacket.
God.
So I bought that jacket. It just came in today, man. It's definitely worth it, bro. I'm never getting rid of this jacket. This jacket is.
Are you wearing it now, or is that? I can't tell.
No. This is a Dolphins jacket. This is my Dolphins jacket.
Gotcha.
But and then, man, you got to bid responsibly on that app. I got a North Face. I thought I was gonna get outbid, but I didn't.
Oh, okay. One of those.
So I got the North Face coming, but it's still got the tag on it. I'm sure it's brand new. So if I don't like it when it comes in, I could most likely just resell it, make a few bucks on it. I'm not trying to make too much crazy profit on it, but it is a nice North Face. It's got a full zip, so we'll see how I feel about it when I see it and try it on. But that Canes jacket, man, the Canes jacket was me.
Yeah. How does that app work with as far as purchasing? Is it like you hook up a credit card to your thing and just purchase it from that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
you link up your debit or credit card with your address, and when you buy something, they ship it out to you. It's pretty impressive, man. And
it's pretty dope.
I like watching it too, just because the people have crazy energy on there. Because obviously they're trying to sell their stuff. It's resellers, it's people that are thrifting, vintage stuff, kind of like what Ben has going on. So
yeah,
I'm really happy he did a show because he did great. They killed it.
Yeah, he sold more than 100
pieces.
This is awesome.
Yeah, he did 111 pieces, and he made some good bread off of it. But also, I don't know how I feel about him showing it because, man, one thing is, like, I love the vintage stuff. I love everything that it's on there, and you can get some deals. But two, I'm a gambler, bro. So auctions for stuff like that, it's a lose for your boy. And I gotta be careful when I get on there, man, because man, there be
I downloaded the app.
Nice things on there.
I was at the Panthers game when you
they do giveaways. People do giveaways and stuff like that. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's one of those apps that are, obviously the person that he was with is super big on. He's one of the top, I think. I don't know as far as credential wise, but he does very well on it. So for him to go on for a couple hours and sell over 100 items, it's awesome. Yeah, those apps, I'm telling you, like the eBays, there's so many other apps that are. I mean, IG Live with the card games, selling cards, selling jerseys, opening packs of cards. Like I would have thought that was going to go away a long time ago, and it kind of did, and then it came back. Now
They do that on
opening
there
up packs
too.
of cards. That's what I mean.
Yeah, they do
Crazy that
everything,
things
bro. They
come full
sell
circle.
coins, they sell shoes, they sell Pokemon cards, Digimon cards, baseball cards, football cards,
It's
all that
crazy.
stuff. It's
Yu-Gi-Oh?
crazy. Yu-Gi-Oh is my shit, man.
I know.
Yu-Gi-Oh is,
That's a vibe.
It really was.
All right, so obviously in December we got a nice little cold front, so that's why I'm glad I got this.
Bro, who you telling?
It was able to
man. I woke up the other morning and it was ice on my windshield.
I was gonna say if it's cold down here, or because it comes and goes.
Ice on my windshield, man.
That's crazy.
And you know what sucks is I don't have a freaking windshield ice scraper like I did when I was in Kentucky and I had crazy ice on my windshield there. That was the first time I ever scraped ice off a windshield when I was in Kentucky. I'm like, man, I could use this today. But I just had to sit in my car. I had to freaking do the windshield washer spray and turn the thing on to heat it up, the defogger or whatever it's called.
And
sit there for like 5 minutes, and I'm just seeing ice melt off the windshield of my car. I'm like, this is not for me, man.
You South Florida people or Southern,
What do you mean, you people?
I'm just saying it builds character when you gotta prepare your car before doing anything. You go to school in your car, you go to work, you have to go run an errand, you gotta scrape off, clean up your car, warm it up. You can't just get in your car and just go. So I'll always say Northeast people are built different for that reason. Midwesterners are weirdos. They go through it in an extreme way, and we don't even count them because
you heard that, Ben? He's talking about you, Ben. He's talking about you.
You don't even leave your house if you live in Minnesota. People die in blizzards in Minnesota. You know what I mean?
That is true.
That's an extreme. That's not. Yeah, we're talking death. That's another whole nother.
We're still in the first 10 minutes, man.
Yeah, right. Getting right into it. Trying not to. I also have a note to self because YouTube likes to, censor certain episodes of not only ours but everybody if you curse in the first 5, 10, 20 minutes. So trying to be on our best behavior in the beginning of these episodes.
That's why I've been
start off with a little random talk.
PG rated.
Yeah,
pop a Zen in. I saw you popped one earlier.
Yeah.
Bro, these people are creative with these Zen reels and these Zen videos that I've been sending you.
I can tell your algorithm's probably covered in it now,
huh? My algorithm is cats, Zen, and sports.
And boobies.
Yeah. Why am I, come on.
Just saying.
I need to reset my algorithm, man. I'm cool with the cats.
No. I got to reset my Twitter algorithm. There's certain accounts I got to stop clicking on.
Twitter's bad, man.
Yeah, because I'm seeing it. It's like, and it's my fault because I'm choosing to click on these certain things. So it's not like anybody else.
Is that how it works when you click on something?
I think if you engage in any type of way. So like if you stop, right? If you're scrolling, if you stop a little longer, if you click on it, if you click on the actual picture of video, if you click on the thread, it probably all weighs into why
Twitter
it's going to pop up again.
Bro.
Yeah,
Fort Danny like this, Fort Sama like that.
Yeah, your algorithm is mine because every time I send you something on via text from Twitter, you're always like, yeah, I just seen that. Yeah, I just liked it.
Yeah.
Now we basically got a similar algorithm going.
You can put the blame on me. It is dangerous. It is dangerous.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So now it's December.
Why are they doing two Monday night games tonight?
I don't know. I think it's just because less college football games now. NFL could just pull their dick out, pull their stuff out, and I know I'm not gonna not curse, but it's funny how I caught myself. That was good. They could just pull it out and just be like, "Hey, now we're gonna double up." There's less college. I think they have an agreement with college football a lot and stuff like that where they don't do too much football on certain days, especially Saturday and Sunday. Like they have certain agreements. Literally, it's a law, I think, that I think
A
that's why you
law?
guys played. Yeah, that's why I heard that. That's why you guys, the Dolphins played at 3 on Black Friday, because legally, I guess they have a deal with the networks and whatever. That's what I'm saying. Law was, it's a rule. I guess they have, is that you guys couldn't play after. You guys couldn't play after 6 on a Friday, because that's high school and football day. So you had to play at 3, either 1 or 3. So you guys chose to play at 3. So to make it like kind of like a primetime game as close as possible. So that's something I found out randomly. Pretty cool. I did put up my decorations for Christmas. I'm very prideful in that. Put up the Christmas tree, put up some decorations outside. Do you guys, with Mike and the kids, do you guys do any like traditional stuff since you've been living with them?
He's got a few lights outside.
Yeah.
He said he's going to put few more things out there, but some of our neighbors have been going all out. We got this one neighbor right on the corner of the house. When you pull up,
there's always that one neighbor.
There's a little cul-de-sac, man. They go all out. Halloween, dude. Halloween, he's got this thing right on the corner. It gets me every time I pull out, because I like look over, because it looks like a person. And it's just a fucking thing there. We're past 10 minutes. I'm cursing now. But yeah, no, there's a few people that go all out for that kind of stuff. They kind of live for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something. It's I'm
surprised you just didn't get someone to pay. You didn't pay someone just to do it for you.
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm in the point of my life where I stop. I don't want to pay anybody to do anything for me. It's like there's certain things that I'll hire, to do something if it's needed for the house or the pool if I need to, because anything electrical I don't fuck around. But no, like the Christmas decorations that I have are pretty
electrical.
minimal.
You know who to hit up.
Yeah, I got certain people and connects and friends that are good with that, but it's less is more for me. I like to keep the Christmas shit simple, because sometimes you pull up to a house and they have a lot of lights up and decorations, but none of it makes sense. They just went and put up a bunch of decorations and lights
it's not
that
coordinated.
have no flow. They got signs that just say joy and love, and then they got a couple of reindeer
Christmas
and
spirit.
mismatching lights. It's yeah, I
Can
don't
you
like
do-
that. I don't respect those
Can
lighting.
you do both Christmas and Hanukkah?
Me, or can you in general as a person?
Like in a house, like can you have Christmas decorations and Hanukkah decorations up at the same time?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, we a lot of people are commingling these days. Multicultural, multi-ethnicities coming more than ever. So I would think so. Ethnicities. What?
You said you said ethnicities.
Yeah, I don't know.
The way you said.
Is that wrong? Did I?
Oh, I don't know. Just the way you said it sounded different.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I put up some lights. I have so many more lights. Like I said, I could have put up. I could have done a couple. I have like four or six trees in the front island of the house. I was gonna put up some more colorful lights. Maybe I'll do it this week. I've been lazy lately, so yeah. I just wanted to see. I love having the lights
said
up.
Star
I'm not
David
gonna lie.
on the tree.
Yeah, he did put up. That's
Ben. You popped in right after we did your promo.
Oh yeah, he did. He usually does that. He usually comes in after we talk about him. He'll have to go. Hey,
casually late.
Don't give him.
You have to go back and watch.
He'll have to go back and watch tomorrow.
What if you put a Christmas tree on a menorah?
Ooh.
Does that work, or will like
don't put any candles near a Christmas tree? That's all I know. Don't be putting candles near a tree.
Yeah.
I think he got a real tree, by the way. So he got the real Christmas tree because he's in a household.
You do a real tree or a fake tree?
Different religion.
What you got?
I do. We do a fake tree. It's simple. The way it's like it's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that I could just plug out. We have a Christmas like red bag that's super simple. We put all the decorations in there, pack it away, forget about for the year. But I like putting up decorations. It makes me feel, like living in South Florida, the weather's not as cold for Christmas. So putting up lights gives me that sense of, it's a good time. It's a time where you hang out with family and loved ones and you chill, especially me and Bree that don't live with our family. So it kind of gives us kind of a sense of a little bit of tradition and having something that we could start as far as doing. So I try to do that for our house just a little bit at a time. I could go wild. I do see myself, because we do go in on Halloween lately, with all the and you've seen it before. So Christmas, I'll probably start buying. Next thing you know, I'm gonna have reindeer on my roof. I can see myself years from now.
You
When
have
I
like a sled up there.
I'll be going in. Yeah, if I have, when I have kids, and I'll probably wait for that to put the whole Santa, and because we actually have a thing in the middle of our house. It's not a chimney. It's it's like a vent for the house where all the hot air goes out.
Oh fuck me.
So I might have a creative idea in the future to do some Santa stuff. What's up?
I got the Dolphins game on my monitor, and Xavier Howard
did it start?
Yeah, it just started.
I thought Peyton and Eli. I thought Peyton and Eli were gonna have both games on. They're doing one game at a time.
No, they got both games.
Got hurt, you said?
Yeah, Xavier Howard got hurt. Looks like he hurt his groin. I'm just gonna
go to the regular feed then. Because I'll put Dolphins on one and then Giants on the other, so I don't have to. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you'll be getting real-time reactions from me.
Yeah, let's have fun with it. I have the Giants now that we have the shout out to Hard Rock Bets app. This will lead into my next topic that I did want to talk to you about because I want to get to know. Maybe you do know. I tried to Google some stuff, and me, Bree, and
you did the Google.
Talked about it last night. We Hard Rock. I got parlay Giants plus 5.5, and I got Dolphins minus 14.5. A lot of points for the Dolphins, but I looked up the Titans stink. They have been losing by 3 touchdowns every game, and for you guys, when you guys should beat a bad team, you guys win by 3 touchdowns. So it kind of makes sense for me to win by 15, win by 17. I like that. And then the Giants, I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. I think Giants tend to be more competitive in games that they shouldn't. So this is a game that they probably should lose, and somehow they'll either lose by 3 or win by 3. I have no idea. So I figured, do you have any money on the game?
I took Dolphins minus 9.5 on the alternate spread, and Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown, and Raheem Mostert anytime touchdown, plus 275. Cool with that. I mean, those are the two leading. Well, Tyreek's leading in receiving touchdowns, and Mostert's second in rushing touchdowns. So I'll take that.
I will say one thing. So yesterday we were at Vito's. Vito just got a new apartment in Pembroke. We were all having, it was like 8 to 10 of us or something like that. 8 of us hanging out watching football. It was good because football for me got into a little lull in the middle of the season where I stopped caring. But then as we get into now playoffs and, maybe more, the betting app is now live. So everybody's doing bets. Fucking Dylan took a plus 1,400. Was it plus 14? Yeah, 1,400 parlay. It was 4 individual players to score a touchdown, and he hit 2 in the first quarter. The third one hit in the second, and then he had the fourth, Rashad White, to score a touchdown, and I think he did in the fourth. And he bet 10 to win 400, 450. It was sick.
Yeah, I think Ben had the same one.
Actually, it was plus 4,000. Sorry. Yeah, he took the same one because of Dylan. That was one of the highest parlays I've seen in person, pay out. So that was pretty dope to be a part of. We all reacted hype, and then Dylan was just more unfazed by it. He was more relieved that it hit. Not that he put up a lot of money, more when you should be excited, but it's you just got fucking $400 for betting $10. It's what the fuck just happened?
And I'll try and cook up parlays like that, and then I always second guess myself, and I'm I don't know about that. And I try to find certain picks so it could be a plus 10,000. Just a crazy shit to have that feeling.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's just when you hit a parlay, the first time you hit a nice parlay, you're never gonna get that feeling again. It's the first time.
It could be your only parlay. You hit big like that.
You're always chasing that high. You're always chasing that high, man. And it's hard to feel it again.
Very dangerous.
That's the danger with drugs and betting and all that kind of stuff.
And alcohol and
do it responsibly.
The first topic I wanted to talk about was the Hard Rock had a launch on Friday with a bunch of celebrities at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Mike Tyson, Dwayne Wade, bunch of celebrities there, and they revealed the sportsbook app. Oh yeah, you have a nice sportsbook.
How you not gonna say your boy Fat Joe?
I mean, there was a lot of celebrity. Yes. So one thing I wanted to ask you, and maybe you have more of an opinion, is that Ja Rule. the craps table, first time in Hard Rock, and then the live roulette. So not a TV screen or the arcade version of it. It's actual roulette with I guess the dealer physically putting the ball on it versus the machine doing it. Why? I kind of figured out the answer, but I wanted to see why with the Seminoles and the state of Florida and maybe the behind the scenes that I don't know, business, political wise, no idea. Why is roulette and craps like like the last to be put in a casino like that? You know what I mean? All across, because it's in the Coconut Creek one, all in Florida. So it's not just in that place, all in Florida now. Those two games could be live betting in person. Why is that? Is it because it's a dice and it's could be manipulated and it's a ball physical? Because other than cards, you know.
To be honest with you, I'm really not sure. I have no clue. I don't know why. I mean, you go to other casinos, and they'll have them. I mean, when I was in Vegas,
that's why I said I think it was one of those things where they were trying to figure out legality. Maybe it was.
I don't know if they have it at the Coconut. Do they have it at the Coconut Creek Casino?
No, that's what I'm saying. They launched it across all of Florida. I'm pretty sure. Like Coconut Creek had their own event with like their own celebrities on a minor level. But it was a big rollout for those two games, and I was like, that's weird. But like as I thought about it and as I looked up stuff, the only thing that made sense to me other than cards is it's a very live, like high stakes game where people get rowdy over it, craps, people are hype, and like no other game is like that in the casino. I've been to Hard Rock before, not since they've made these moves in the last week or so, but I would think it has to do something like that. Why they would hold it out is kind of weird, but I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up because it's interesting. I don't play those games, but you know, if I'm trying to go out with some friends this week to Hard Rock and try to bet on some games and have some fun. Maybe
I don't even know how to play craps, bro. I don't know.
I don't either. I just know roll a 7 and you're good. Or bet say roulette, 7.
Roulette is fun. Roulette is fun because you know you have different things that you could bet on. I'm sure craps is the same way. I don't know, but roulette is cool. Roulette is like one of those games where you kind of just chasing that high again, and they give you the list.
Anybody
of the numbers
can play
and numbers. Honestly,
an 80-year-old woman could play. A 21-year-old dude could like it. Just like just put your favorite number, and you know there is probability, I'm sure, in a way, but it's basically kind of random if you want to say. There's no real strategy. I would think. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you're just superstitious and you pick your favorite color, you pick your favorite numbers.
Just stick to it,
you know,
and play those
stick
odds.
To that, because honestly, when I play roulette, I always do 0 and 00. Shout out Trav.
0 and 00. Okay.
Those are
I think I do 9 and 18 my birthday. I like those two numbers.
Are two numbers that I'll pick. 23 Michael Jordan, and then system. Red more than black because I like red. I mean, I like both colors.
To that system.
In the back, I got the roulette table back here.
That's funny. That's funny because, like you said, the only strategy is to stick to the numbers and play those over and over again until it hits, or hopefully it hits the first time. And you don't have to really play too many times, but that's what was unveiled in Hard Rock, and that's it was a great spot. The guitar to go in Hard Rock in Hollywood. Now it's even more.
It's a nice spot.
Book. Do you have a video of the sports book with all the TVs? If you could look it up on Twitter real quick, because I thought that was cool.
I could find it.
Yeah, first time I seen that when we went to DR Hard Rock. That was the first time. That was 5 years ago, maybe 4. That was the first time I actually was able to like watch games. I didn't bet, but Drew did at the time. It was pretty cool. Like you could watch all the screens, all the games. You have the live betting odds right in front of you. It's so interactive. It's something about betting in person and giving somebody like a bill or chips or whatever and like locking in a bet right then in person, because obviously the app makes it easier, but I don't know, it just makes it feel a little bit more something about physical betting versus just on an app is different.
Yeah, man, when I went to Vegas, dude, and we went to Caesars, that thing was insane. Like when we were at the sportsbook and I saw it and I was there for my first time ever, I was flabbergasted. I was just taken back. I said to myself, I could be here all day. Honestly.
Yeah.
This is one of the videos.
I love it. Yeah, I like that. See, they got the kiosk that you can log in to your account.
Hey, Florida sports betting. I'm going to be putting a prop in over 12.5 assists. Tyrese Alpert.
Okay.
Get it now.
We got
Check
the
my
locks.
Instagram throughout the day.
Check his Instagram throughout the day. Tommy D with the locks. You know, but yeah, it.
You really?
I'm trying to find like an actual video of it.
Yeah, no, I just seen one. I should have sent it to you when I seen one earlier on Twitter. It's pretty cool the way they have the layout with the TVs and they got the bar right there. I'm telling you, it sucks that it took this long for the Hard Rock to be popping like that, because ideally you would want to, when you open it up the first year they tried to open up, it was 2020, so they had a little rough start to open it, getting everything done. They were a little late on that, but I haven't been to the Hard Rock in a year or so, so I look forward. Maybe I could go out on
here.
Saturday. They have more games, so I want to go on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's just honestly, it's another thing to do in South Florida now, and amongst millions of things you can do.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's the one I seen.
This part of my life.
That's sick.
This little part.
Yeah, I think they got the bar to the left. See sports bar. Okay.
Happiness.
Yeah, that's fire, dude. That's awesome.
They did a great job, man.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, that's sick.
I want to go.
You just stand there. That's awesome. That's good to know. Like, you could just pull up. You don't have to have
and they got tables, other gamblers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. See that?
That's pretty lit.
They're smart with it.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, so gamble responsibly.
Right. Bet with what you can lose.
Yeah. Speaking of sports, not much action in these two games, no scoring yet. One thing that did happen in the sports world was the Lakers in-season tournament happened on, what was that, Saturday. We went out to a bar just to watch the game, and I think people at the bar were like, didn't know why it was special, and I was educating them on why. But pure example of, obviously the NBA got it right. A lot of people were like, it came out today, Shams revealed that the Lakers are going to hang a banner, which they should, because every team and franchise should show that this will one day become a thing that is special. I think it is special now. It just doesn't have a tradition, right? Anything that's the first year of, people are trying to figure it out, and they're going to tweak some things. They're going to make you're going to make it more fun. I think it's not perfected at the time, but what did you think overall of, the tournament now that it's over? What did you think about the finals? What do you think about, kind of how they went about the medals that they gave out, the trophies? It was kind of lit, dude. And you had the perfect ambassador, LeBron James. And I'd bet for the Lakers to win, because I'm not going against LeBron James being the inaugural of anything. He wanted to win that. He played like he did the whole tournament
he was playing like he was broke.
Yeah. And play.
Honestly,
yeah.
The way he was hooping.
And the thing he said perfectly that I love, what?
We have 3 players hurt already.
Oh, that's
Keep going. No,
the one thing he said that I loved, that it's, a lot of things LeBron says is like a little corny and cliche most of the time, but he said, out of everything I've done, is nobody could beat the record of you being the first to do something. And it's true. Like, nobody will ever be the first, other than the Lakers and LeBron and all that, to win this tournament, whether it's become something or not. He'll be the first one, and that's something you could put your stamp on. So 50 years from now, when this is like the Champions League in Europe, which it could be one day when they perfect it, it's like he's going to be the first one, which is pretty dope. So what was did you watch the game live? What did you think about it being
I didn't watch
the playoffs, bro? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still going to get some getting used to as a fan, because in my mind, how I still view it's still regular season for me. So I feel that since it was the first one, I wasn't that hype about it, but as it starts building up, and I think they're working on doing some as like an automatic playoff bid.
Yeah, I would like that idea.
I agree. Yeah, I think it would be good, and it just adds an extra variable to it. It's not just monetary now. But also, now that if that team knows they won the playoffs or they won that tournament, are they going to coast the rest of the year because they know they have an automatic bid to the playoffs? Or are they going to try and get better seeding however the case may be. But
that's why I don't think it should be an automatic bid. It should be maybe figuring out they're in it, but you still got to play for your seeding. I don't know how to do that. I'm not in the capacity after drinking the last 3 or 4 days mentally to think that hard into it, but they could tweak some things. Adam Silver is very innovative. The NBA is the first to do a lot of things just because the Players Association and the NBA work so hard to make a lot of money, and they're willing to sacrifice some things here and there. Like I said in previous episodes, if you give me an intense regular season game, whether it's intense because it means something or not, the Brooklyn Nets games, I was rooting for them to win every group game more than I would a regular season, a little bit more, even if it's 5%. Wouldn't you want that to, like, what fan would say no to that, like, what fan would say no, like, I'm good, I don't want an intense game? That mean, what are you talking about? Then you're not a fan of sports then. And I think baseball should do it.
I think baseball should do it.
Should do something.
They have enough games in the season to do it.
Bro, so many games. And maybe they could get started a little earlier so you can map up the schedule. But baseball is definitely the next sport that should do something.
It would be more beneficial for baseball just because of how many games they are, how the games are spread out. Usually basketball games, unless it's a holiday or late in the season, basketball games are usually later at night. Baseball games are spread out throughout the day. Cups play at 1 p.m. pretty much all the time. Do some double headers. Yeah, if you add that into it, you definitely are going to have more fans show up.
That's what baseball does. As they could, out of every sport, it's the only sport that you can play 2 games in one day. So you can do double headers to make up for lost time or lost games, and also get rid of the All-Star break, or that All-Star break is a week long. Keep the home run derby. Get rid of this is now what I'm thinking of freestyling it. Have the home run derby, have all the festivities, and somehow make that week, instead of having an all-star game, you have your championship game for that in-season tournament. That would be so fire, dude. So fire. Because nothing's going on in July in sports, like, other than baseball and maybe a couple other things, soccer here and there and stuff. But, like, nothing's really going on. Because
they don't do the winner of the All-Star gets World Series home field advantage.
Not anymore. Right? So it's fugazi at this point. So, and the viewership, I don't think is high for that. Have the home run derby on a Monday. Oh, I don't know if you're behind. I won't give it up, but
I saw Tua fumble. Wasn't even
it's
center, bro.
You're back. Something good happened for you guys. Great, actually.
I hope it's a pick 6.
Oh, it's similar.
Fumble.
Sorry, I just can't hold it back. I'm watching it. I'm like, all right,
it's all good. You hear Mike?
Yeah, I heard Mike in the background. There
Mike in the living room watching the game. So I'll take it. Fuck it.
Oh, 7 points.
Yeah, he's wilding out. I love it.
I love it.
Your brother said much love for the Lab Boys. Thank you. Brand new pops.
Oh yeah, shout out Christian. Shout out Christian. I'll meet him in about 2 weeks. Anything little news here that you'll like?
No, but I do going back to the whole in-season tournament, I'm for it. I think what you said about LeBron and the Lakers, LeBron being a worldwide icon. Everyone knows who LeBron is in the world. Everyone knows about the Lakers. Like, dude, you weren't going to have the Pacers win that. The Pacers were not going to be
the league is so happy that the Lakers won versus the Pacers.
No,
the Pacers
you can't
are up and coming. But man,
Pacers are good.
Happy.
You can't point Indiana on a map. You can point where California is. You've heard of Los Angeles. So I think that was kind of set up. They didn't play against the strongest teams in their league or group stage games, whatever it's called now.
What, they beat the Bucks and the Celtics fully healthy. Yeah. Fully healthy. It wasn't like the Bucks and the Celtics.
The Pacers did, right?
Yeah, didn't the Pacers beat the Bucks and
they
beat the Celtics?
Yeah, no, the Pacers are good. The Pacers are good.
Even if that's a regular season game, to beat those two teams in 1 week, it's a big fucking deal. And like I said,
score a lot of points.
All teams were fully healthy. All teams wanted to win. It wasn't like the Bucks were like, nah, we'll just lay an egg and not play hard. Celtics wanted to win. They showed it. They were trying to fucking beat the Chicago Bulls by 35 just to get into the play-in. So, like, you knew they were trying. That's why I'm saying I think it worked. In my opinion, I think the in-season tournament worked out perfectly how it should have gone. And I think the NBA is very proud of it. And then they'll tweak some things up. yeah, I just wanted your opinion and kind of if anybody has thoughts, you guys can share it with us. But yeah, baseball, they tend to be behind the gist of how to go about business and stuff. So hopefully they make the right decision. Actually, take that back. What I wanted to bring up, staying on baseball, Shohei Ohtani signed with the Dodgers.
Man,
Probably the biggest free agent signing since Babe Ruth or
History.
the trade or whatever.
History of
It's
sports.
humongous. So share if you could pull up on Twitter a little breakdown, or if you could pull up a tweet of unveiling the numbers, because the numbers when they came out was crazy. And then we heard today what those numbers break down to be, and I feel like they broke some laws doing that deal with Shohei. And we disagree.
They
We'll
broke
talk
some
about it
laws.
during the week. I feel like they did, because that shit seems way too fucking.
I mean, so
I don't
the main thing that's popping up now is what they did, how he's deferring it.
Yeah. So basically, it's a 10-year deal, $700 million. It came out the other day, and obviously he's getting paid double the amount of the highest paid player in baseball right now, because he can pitch at an all-star level and hit at a Hall of Fame level, basically. So basically, his pitching is all-star, top 10, and then his hitting is literally Hall of Fame numbers already. He's not pitching next season. He has to get surgery, so he'll be rehabbing, but he'll be able to hit fully. He's 29 years old. That takes him to 39, but I don't know if you're going to pull it up, but we found out today that instead of $70 million a year that the Dodgers have to pay him, he deferred his money, 99% of it, and he's going to get 10 years.
Yeah, this is from Jeff Passan. Shohei Ohtani's $700 million contract calls for him to be paid only $2 million a year for the next 10 seasons, with $680 million deferred until the end of the deal. Sources confirmed to ESPN.
That Bobby Bonilla deal that he did with the Mets, it's Bobby Bonilla Day. Every July 1st, Bobby Bonilla gets $1.14 million up until 2034, I believe. And that was like a joke and a great deal by him, because he deferred all that money to after he retires, and now him and his family could collect that $1 million check. But to defer $68 million a year, 20 years from now or 15 years from now, is insane.
Yeah. So deferring $680 million of his $700 million record-breaking contract will not only help the Dodgers sign additional players, but if Ohtani moves out of California from 2034 onward, he could save hundreds of millions on taxes too, because he was actually going to be paying more in taxes than what he was going to be making.
Oh, that buddy
he still
back
is
to Japan immediately after
he still is.
Retires.
But it says right here, Shohei's $700 million contract is one of the most unique contracts in sports history. He'll earn just $2 million annually over the next decade, then $600 million from age 40 to 49. So yeah, that's smart. What him and his agent did is really smart, I think.
Oh, for him, it's genius, because he can make enough money off the field to still make $20-30 million a year with endorsements. He's good.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. They're pretty much banking on he's going to have a lot of endorsements. I mean, shit, he's in LA, dude. There's no better place to get endorsements. Look at what happened with LeBron. Yeah, LeBron is LeBron. He's
LA
more marketable,
and
but
Japan.
we have Shohei, who Shohei is, I mean, comparable to LeBron in his sport. So LeBron's in movies now. LeBron's in everything, shows, all that shit. So Shohei could very much do the same. This man doesn't even have to talk, bro, because I don't think he knows English. Does he know English?
He knows it good enough to understand it. I don't think in interviews he talks, but he definitely understands the language well enough. And it'll get better as the years go on. Obviously he wants to connect with his teammates, so I'm sure he's learning the language, and he seems like
Spanish.
he's all in.
They're trying to sign the other Japanese pitcher now too. They're going to be crazy, man.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. The Yankees are favored to get other buddy Yokomoto, whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Yankees sign him by the end of tonight, because we need to get that signed with
I think
Soto.
he's going to the Dodgers now, man.
I mean, it makes sense if they did the deal like that to sign other players, but they're giving a lot of money to Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts and whoever
Mookie
else on
Betts.
their team too. So
I think
it's like
I,
still
I don't think
have a
I
lot
don't
of
think
money.
Ohtani does that without talking to
In hopes, you would think it's in hopes
Right.
of doing it. I don't think he knew.
Yeah.
It would have been done by now already. Like if that was I think that other free agent signing probably would have happened. So hopefully I don't go to bed right before or wake up to that news because I feel like it's going to happen in the next 12 hours, that deal.
I think
And that guy is 25 years old and he's a stud.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
I told a lot of people this. I think anything under $1 billion for Ohtani was a deal because you have one of the best pitchers. You have so this is how I look at it. You have one of the best, if not the best pitcher in the league. He averaged over 10 strikeouts a game. This guy can pitch whenever, right? You have the DH now in the NL. That's happened for a few years. He's one of the best hitters in the league.
Yep.
So you have the top pitchers in the league that are getting $200-300 million contracts. You have some of the best hitters that are getting $300-400 million contracts. Trout got what, 500 mil 4 years back, 5 years back.
Yeah, something like that. He got maybe three something, low threes, mid threes.
Now you have this guy who's an anomaly, who's a unicorn.
Yeah.
Ohtani, that is the top on both sides of the ball. I mean, you just do the math.
Yeah, the only thing I say about that is in baseball, and you just brought up the name Trout, and I'm not comparing Trout to him because obviously if money didn't matter, you'd rather Ohtani than Trout just because of how many things he could do more to have an effect on the game. It's like having LeBron James with the ball in his hand. Like Ohtani is the best version of LeBron in a sport where you don't have control. But for example, Barry Bonds, one of the best hitters of all time, juice or not, right? He was for like 10 years consecutive. He put up numbers that will never be even touched. He's like the Wayne Gretzky of baseball. He only went to one World Series and didn't win it. So I bring up that because in baseball, there's so many variables in the game of baseball that you don't have the ball in your hand at all time. You could bat 4 times in baseball and go 4 for 4 with 4 home runs and your team could still lose. It's not like any other sport. Like in any other sport, you translate what I just said into Tyreek Hill. Every catch is a touchdown. Every other catch is a touchdown. Like you're probably going to win. In baseball, it proves nothing. You could have 3 home runs in a game and you could still, your team could still lose because there's the pitching aspect. There's a fielding aspect. There's just so much that goes into it. So yeah, is he worth it? No, I don't think any player literally is worth. If you look at deals across baseball in the last 20 years, the last 25 to 35% of their deal, no matter who it is, whether it's A-Rod, Barry Bonds, whoever, it's never worth it. They get old. They're a third or 2/3 of what they were, and you're paying them top tier money. So it depends.
Yeah, and also, with him playing both sides of the ball, it's more risk of him getting hurt too.
That too. And he's got.
I don't think he's going to field.
There's a second time where he can't pitch.
Yeah.
There's a second time
he's going to field.
He'll
never field
because he's got to get surgery. No.
You think he fields? No, he's not going to. Yeah, he's DH or pitching.
Yeah.
And also that's another thing. I mean, it also. I mean, I know there's no substitution rule or whatever in baseball, but if you have him at DH, you could put him into pitch, and then you just bring in another DH. Can you do that?
See, that's the one thing is like there is a couple rules where if he does get pulled out of the game to pitch, he wouldn't be able to bat. And I forget what they did. I think they might have changed something recently, or they will change because of Ohtani. Oh shit! This fucking Miami game is weird with injuries.
Yeah, man. Well, Waddle's back. Xavier Howard was back.
All right, well, Hill just went down on the sideline. Well, I'll let you know if it looks bad. Oh, no. He got rolled up on ankle.
Dude, stop.
He looks like he's in pain. We'll see.
I hate these screen passes, man.
I want to talk baseball too much. But at least the business aspect of it is interesting. And that Ohtani deal. And it's good for baseball. People are talking about it, which is good for the game. And as long as people now he's running. He's good. He's in pain, but he's at least walking.
I'm not.
running.
They need to stop doing these damn screen passes, bro. These wide receiver screens. I know he's fast. I know he's the fastest dude
Yeah,
on
he's
the
good.
field
He's
in
not
any
hurt.
game he plays, but he's haven't worked out.
Yeah, he's good. He's back. Another thing I wanted to bring up was that I seen your girl Brittney Griner got a Disney documentary in the
Don't
works.
associate her with me. Don't do that.
That's your girl. I thought you loved her. I
No,
thought
I mean
you voted for her for like all star.
Don't misgender her. We don't know how she we don't know what she identifies as.
You're right. Let's be
Calm
respectful.
down. Yeah, no, I could care less. I feel like this is another money grab for Disney. Disney has been questionable in their decision making with everything they've done in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah,
and the stance they've taken on certain things, and I don't care. I think this is just to keep following their agenda. I'm not worried. I'm not going to watch it. What Disney? Disney?
yeah,
Really?
they've been.
Come on, dude. This was one of the craziest things that has happened with the trade that they did. The Merchant of Death for a women basketball player that had a weed addiction, and
it's crazy because a part of me wants to watch it just to
streaming
laugh at it.
service or the company that picks it up. I mean, how true can it be? How real is it going to be if you have Disney?
No idea.
Disney is kids, bro, and don't come on here and tell me that Disney is for adults too. No, fuck that, man. If you're an adult and you're going to Disney with your friends without your kids or whatever, and you're just going to Disney, that's weird, man.
Oh, so I'm a weirdo?
That's weird. Yeah, man. Like, Disney's for kids, dude. If you have kids, okay, cool. But like, I'm not. If I have a girl, bro, one of my first thoughts about us taking a vacation or going on an extended period stay somewhere.
Going
it's
to
not
Disney?
gonna be like, yo,
I'm
you want to go to Disney? No, man.
No, I'm against going to Disney. I'm against going to Disney for many reasons. It's my version of hell on earth. It's hot, long lines, and expensive. That's literally nothing I want to do. I don't want to be outside waiting in line. Like, that's why I hate going to amusement parks. They're fun, but you're just waiting in line. Obviously, we have a fast pass, but how much that cost you? That costs you another few $100, and then you got 5 people you got to pay.
And
so I will never.
Everyone's getting the fast pass now, so the fast pass line is just as long as the regular line. So you just got to.
I know. When I have kids, I will make sure that 2 places my kids, I will not volunteer information that it exists. 1 is McDonald's and 2 is Disney. I'm gonna deny it until they're old enough to understand. Like I said, I'm not gonna deny it until they're 7 or 8 years old. I'm saying when they're below the age of 5, that place does not exist. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't eat McDonald's. I'll sneak it if I need to. We're not going to McDonald's if you're 2 years old, 3 years old.
After their bedtime.
All the time, of course. And Disney is not a place that exists. It's a fairyland. It's like
it's not true.
Fake.
It's like
it doesn't exist. It's not real.
Well,
we'll go to other places that make them happy. We don't got to go fucking all out and spend $5,000 to go to Disney World.
Because that's what it will cost.
Oh,
between travel,
expensive.
Hotel, food, admission.
Like I said, that's only the financial aspect. I'm talking about the process of going.
Man, it's such a process.
It sounds crazy to me. Yeah. So
unless you live in Orlando, and you can go to Disney, come back home, and go to Disney the next day, then you're good. You don't have to pay for hotel. Travel's not that expensive. You can
you got
have
the bright
food
line
at home,
these days now.
Normal. Yeah, just normal stuff like that. But no, if it's such a hassle, man.
Not my thing.
It takes the fun out of it. In my opinion, it takes the fun out of it.
Any topics you wanted to talk about? I know I threw in a few. Like I said, I've been having a few days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hanging out, drinking, great time with my friends and stuff, but I'm exhausted today. Usually I drink a little something harder than wine. Today I had to be like, all right, let me just drink some wine, vibe out with my friend. And
thanks, man.
And the listeners. Yeah, of course, I'm sacrificing because I'm hurt, playing hurt right now. But it's self-doing, so I can't blame anybody else. But any other topics, any little things that you've seen pop up in the last week?
No, not the last week, really. I did get some good news for something that I'm trying to do, move on in my career-wise. So I got some
Nice.
good news. I got offered a position that I applied for. I'm thinking
Nice.
about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it because I'm waiting on something else that
Part-time
I
as
want
well?
more. That I want
course.
more. Yeah, part-time, yeah, but it might move on into full-time. We'll see how it happens.
Interesting.
And it was cool because I got offered the job on the spot, which was nice.
Nice.
You know,
Look
I
at you.
broke
You're
everything.
like Shohei over here.
Yeah.
You're not deferring that money though. That's for sure.
No, hell no. No.
You're like, I need a signing bonus.
I need an advance, motherfucker. I'll work for free. Just give me an advance and we'll figure it out later. So no, that's cool. But like I said, I'm waiting on something else that I'm more interested in and I have higher hopes for. So I'm gonna make the call tomorrow and see what's good with that. But all good things on this end. But besides that, there was a big time football game yesterday. I don't know if you heard. Chiefs Bills. Huge playoff implications, you know, between in the AFC, you know, could do something with home field advantage in the playoffs with the Chiefs if they would have won. And, you know, the Bills trying to stay in the race for their division. And I didn't watch much of the game. I actually got home, I put it on and I knocked out. I fell asleep, which is something that has been happening to me lately on Sundays if the Dolphins aren't playing in the afternoon or whatnot. But my biggest takeaway was obviously at the end, the penalty, Kadarius Toney being offsides. It's one of those penalties that it really depends. Really depends on who's reffing the game, the situation, whatnot. Because there's been thousands of times where I've seen a receiver lined up a little bit in front of the ball. Sure, in this instance, Kadarius Toney may have been more than a little off the ball. But, you know, there's times where I've seen it and receivers are not lined on sides. They're a little bit off sides, and it doesn't get called. I'll be like, yo, that motherfucker's off sides. What the hell? And it so happened that it was a great play. Travis Kelce caught the pass, lateraled it to Toney. Toney scored. Chiefs go up with a minute and some change left. They got a chance to, you know, put their defense back on the field, stop the Bills, and get a dub. Big-time dub for them at home.
Yeah.
As we know, they called the offsides. Play got taken back. Chiefs lose. Bills win. And we've talked about this, you know, the emotions of players that they're in right after a game. And I can't speak on it because I've never been in a game like that ever in my life. So I don't know how their emotions are, but I'm sure they're crazy. And some players do better jobs than others of controlling it. But when you have a game like that, it's tough to hold your emotions and control them in the most appropriate way. But I'm sick of this dude, bro. I'm sick of Patrick Mahomes. I'm sick of his wife. I'm sick of his kid. I'm sick of this whole Chiefs shit. I hate saying it. I'm sick of Travis Kelce at this point. I'm sick of Taylor Swift. It's the worst thing ever. And what this guy did,
agree with you.
What this guy did yesterday after the game when he went and spoke with Josh Allen, I'm gonna pull up the video. That just honestly just solidified every little bit I had left of just. I'm not gonna say hate because Mahomes is a great and you gotta respect greatness, but I would root for the Chiefs before, but not hope the Chiefs lose because this was so whack. This is so whack. I'm gonna pull it up. It just looks bad, you know, on the Chiefs as an organization. It looks bad on Mahomes, not just as a player, but as a person too.
Offensive offsides in that moment, man. Fucking terrible.
Did you hear
He's
it?
emotional. It's a big win and it's emotional. So I get it. It's like I don't think he would. I think if he woke up today, he's kind of a little regretful of how he acted and how he did it. But I get it as far as a competitor.
Not only did he just do it, not only did he just do it there. Honestly, what is Josh Allen supposed to say that? Say
you're right.
in response to that. Josh Allen can't say anything. Bro, all right, you took the L. That's fine. Bad calls happen all the fucking time. And the Chiefs have been on the other side of that where they've had some favorable calls go their way, not just in any kind of game, but in big time games in the Super Bowl where those plays and penalties aren't usually called, but they were called in their favor. And he's been on that side and he's not out here complaining or saying whatever. So and like you said, he doubled down in the post game. talking about like, oh, it's going to take away from Travis Kelce's Hall of Fame career.
Yeah,
No, bro,
that's a
it's really
weirdo
not.
thing to say.
It's
Yeah,
not.
that's a weird
Because
thing to
Travis
say.
Kelce's
Like,
already a fucking Hall of Famer. That one
I don't
play
mind
in
the
a regular
emotion
season game
after.
ain't
You're right.
changing shit.
I didn't mind the emotion as much either. I don't think he should have said what he said to Josh because it's like had nothing to do with Josh. Just shake his hand and move on.
Right.
The post game, that comment about his legacy and all, like, come on, like, that was like, now you look like a cry, even more of a crybaby. You're doubling down on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
He
with
wanted
the
to win a big
official-
game, so I understand the passion overall.
Yeah, it just looks bad, bro. It looks bad, and as someone who is the face of the NFL right now,
Mm-hmm.
younger kids are looking up to you. Younger quarterbacks are looking up to you, and now he makes that shit look okay.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
not cool.
yeah. I think as we get older, we have a different perspective on sports, and I think now that you're officially 30, you'll start feeling a little like PTI says. I feel like I'm the guy that says, "Get off my lawn," type. You know what I mean? You start to have a different opinion than you would if you were 22 assessing what you just saw, for sure.
Yeah, because when
Yeah,
Richard Sherman
at the end
did
of-
his shit, I thought that was fucking dope.
yeah, for sure.
Probably with the
If it
sorry
happened-
seat, like
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday at Vito's. That's funny you brought that up. But it doesn't erase the fact that they did lose and the Bills went on to win. So it literally changes nothing. The right call was made, and move the fuck on. When as far as a fan, it's like doesn't erase what the Bills did. They didn't cheat. They didn't do anything to not deserve to win. So there you go. Sometimes you get that call, sometimes you don't. Like you said, sometimes you get them in your favor, and in a high stakes game, which that was, sometimes you don't. That's the Tom Brady earlier in when he was winning those Super Bowls, a lot of calls went their way, but nobody goes, "Oh, Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls, but 3 of them were by this call, and 3 of them were by a late field goal, and they shouldn't have won." History is still history.
fuck history, bro. That shit repeats itself.
So as we're recording now, Packers are up on the Giants 7-0. Dolphins are up 7-0 on the Titans. Hill has been out the last series. Miss Martinez, I watched a few of her videos.
Man, she's
today.
awesome, bro.
She's at the game. I know she's not well
awesome.
with her kids watching it because they do the Tyreek Hill reception yards.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she's probably not well right now with Tyreek. Hopefully he comes back in. He had his ankle taped last time I seen it, so hopefully he pops back in because that does affect the betting lines for
Shit,
everybody.
I had Tyreek anytime touchdown.
Well, there you go.
So
Hopefully he's standing by the lines. He doesn't have his helmet on, so
Oh, he doesn't want to.
hopefully-
He doesn't want to come out. That man wants to play, bro.
yeah, adrenaline's running, so that'll help. UFC 296 is this weekend. Big fight. Just talk about the main event. if
Last
you
card of
can.
the year. Last card
Yeah,
of the
talk
year.
about the main card on the Edwards Covington. Covington hasn't fought since. Has he not fought in like a year and a half?
Yeah, his last
Or is
fight,
that
I
just
believe,
me?
was against Masvidal. And it's been a while.
It's been a while, huh?
It has been a while, and there's been a lot of back and forth on Twitter with Bilal Muhammad saying that they're the most 2 inactive. There's 2 championship fights on that card.
Well, his fights are
Pantoja-
very physically grueling, so it's not
Leon?
like he could just come back.
Or
He needs the
Kobe?
time off. Covington.
Kobe.
All of his fights are even
Giants
when he
scored?
wins. Yeah, Giants just scored. Barkley touchdown,
That's
awesome. But like his win or loss, he's always getting beat up. But he's a fighter. I don't mean beat up like in a bad way. It's like that's just the fighter he is. He's putting some physical damage on his body. So time off could help somebody like him.
Yeah, no, 100%. He likes to wrestle a lot. He's a really great wrestler, so he's using a lot of his cardio. That's his main advantage that he has. He has a tank. But 2 championship fights, Pantoja and against Brandon Royval, flyweight title. I think this is the second time they fight. I may be wrong, but I mean it's a great main card. It's a great main card. You got great names on it. Luque, Machado Gary, Patty Pimblett, our guy, is fighting against Tony Ferguson. I hope Ferguson wins.
Okay.
Steve Boy Thompson's fighting against Shavkat. He's undefeated. But yeah, I mean this main event, Leon and Colby, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's not going to be really a slugfest. I think it's going to be more of a ground type of fight. Colby always wants to take that to the ground. That's where he's best. And I honestly, man, a lot of people, talk shit about Colby because how he portrays himself on camera and how he acts, but that's really a show. He
plays the heel. He plays the bad guy, the American bad guy, which there has there's a place for that in UFC, and it does sell. Whether it's good or bad, you want to either like the Mayweather effect. You're watching him because you want him to lose, or you're watching him because you want him to win. Either way, you're watching. That's kind of the science behind it. That's good business. Yeah,
I want the excuse me. I want the title back in the U.S., man. I don't want that shit.
Edwards, Jamaican? No, he's
but he fights out of England.
Gotcha.
I think he's English. Yeah. No, I'm confused with Aljamain. But yeah, no, Edwards is from.
Oh yeah, Aljamain is Jamaican. You're right.
Yeah. No, I hope Colby wins, man. I think he gets it. I think he gets the job done. It'll be nice to see. It'll be nice to see and just to see how he reacts. And I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump is in the building. It's in Vegas.
Yep, fights in Vegas. Yep.
Why not?
Trump's got a lot of time on his hand, and every time he goes to a fight, which was the last UFC, he's a celebrity. He's got walkout music
in New York.
Kid Rock, Dana White, Vibin. Love it.
In New York. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump comes out. I think it'll be good. I mean, that's Dana White's boy. So I'm excited. Last card of the year for anyone that's keeping up to date with it.
Yeah, there haven't been too many, end of the year, last couple months has been, we get spoiled usually in the beginning of the year and during the summertime with so many good fights. It's kind of gotten a little slower lately with the fights in UFC. What?
Will Levy is a freak. Bradley Chubb is pissed. He just missed the sack and he's spiking his helmet on the fucking field. He's pissed. He had that sack. Yeah. Will Levy tried to run over Jalen Ramsey. He kind of sort of did, but Will Levy crazy, dog.
All right, we're an hour in. We covered a lot. We vibed out. I don't want it to go too long today. I want to make sure I watch these games. I watch these games. I edit it and have it up for you guys. Any other small topics, shout outs, anything overall you got on your end? I got some. You go first.
Just, before we end, just a few things I want to say. There's this great page on Twitter if you're keeping up with stuff that, isn't covered in the media or just stuff that's being censored or whatnot. It's at Vigilant Fox. And they just do media blackout stories that were not chose to be told to us during the week. And they actually did their first episode in this tweet, and it's just a little over an hour long. I haven't watched it yet because I really haven't had too much time to watch it, but I'll just go over a few quick ones. They do 10. They drop 10 every week or whatever. Alex Jones is back. Alex Jones was canceled a few years back for his, take on Sandy Hook and whatnot, and he had his Twitter suspended or deactivated, but Elon brought it back. He's back on Twitter, X, whatnot. So this one says Alex Jones makes a series of terrifying predictions coming to the West. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people like to talk shit about Alex Jones, but he's kind of been on point with some of the stuff he says. He's got a weird delivery to it and whatnot, but he's been pretty right. Tucker Carlson, he's blowing up. He's got his own network coming out. It's going to be a subscription-based service, Tucker Carlson Network.
Just dropped an episode with Dana White today.
Yeah, he's just putting out crazy content, man. It's awesome. All his interviews are great. Just the knowledge this guy has and the way he speaks and how he does things is he tries to play like that goofy kind of guy that doesn't really know what's going on and makes you laugh and everything, but he's knowledgeable as fuck. So I love Tucker Carlson. He
way more relatable post Fox News than he ever was on Fox News.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He can be himself. He can be himself now.
Yeah. Which totally himself. I've seen him on Theo Vaughn. I've seen a couple of interviews where It's so funny. I watched him enough. I wasn't a full-time Fox News watcher, but whether it was clips or when I did watch it to find out something, and then to see how he is now, you go, damn, that's important. That it's so crazy that he wasn't, how he is now is his pure form, and how he wasn't. And it's just crazy how different he is from being in one station and now having his own, business and way to broadcast himself. Is it's good to see. It's refreshing sometimes in this day and age of wanting to cancel and censor. He's being himself, and that's all you ask is people to be himself. Take it, like it, love it, whatever. But at least he's I think he's doing numbers. A lot of people are watching what he puts out.
Yeah, I think it's what we need as a society. So, yeah, he explained why you'll never get an apology for what happened during COVID. Let me see. Super scary white lung disease turns out to be an adverse event of special interest in Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine documentation. Another one, Robert Kennedy Jr. He's been in the news a lot lately. He's been all over the place. Unmasked the principal villains behind the COVID cover-up. And then the last number 2 was Hunter Biden indicted on multiple felony tax charges, including office expense deductions for over-the-hill strippers. So this is what's going on in the world right now. It's funny because this guy came into one of my jobs the other day, and he was wearing a Trump for Prison 24 shirt. And I looked at him, and I was like, "Yo, you actually believe that?" He's like, "Believe what?" I'm like, "What's on your shirt, man?" He's like, "Oh yeah, wholeheartedly. Execute is a better word than prison, but I just couldn't find the word execute." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting." I was like, "So do you feel the same way about our current administration and how they're doing things?" He's like, "No, absolutely not. They're great. They're great." I'm like, so I wasn't gonna go back and forth with him. I was like, "All right, cool, man."
Yeah, you can't. Thanks. They already have their mind made up. They're not gonna. Somebody doesn't buy a shirt like that and then is open enough to hear what you have to say.
To have a discussion. Correct. So he had paid for cash for his gas. He paid cash for gas, and I can see on the screen, when people are pumping gas, how much money's left, and there was 85 cents left. So he needed 85 cents change. And sometimes, bro, people don't walk back for that. Like, I'm not going to walk back for 85-cent change. It doesn't matter what kind of financial situation I'm in. I'm not going to walk back. It's going to take 2 minutes.
So wait, he paid 20 and put 19.
No, he paid 40.
15?
He paid 40.
Oh.
And I guess his tank only took so much,
39.15. Yeah.
So
most
he
people
walked back, wasted his time, walked back to get the 85 cents. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I already knew what he was in there for. I'm just trying to fuck with him. I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Oh, I need change for my gas." I'm like, "Oh, the 85 cents?" He's like, "Yeah, I need that." I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, 4 years back, you wouldn't have made that walk back for your change. You would have been straight. I'm like, "What are you gonna buy with 85 cents, dude?" He's like, "Man, you have a good day."
Oh my God,
like, here's your 85 cents, dude. Like, it's a hassle for me to carry change. Where am I going to put the change? In a little door?
Yeah, especially that. Yeah,
it's my car.
It's for me.
Cup holder? No.
I've had times where I'll elect to save 85 cents if it's super convenient and I don't have to do anything extra. But you're right, to physically carry around 85 cents.
Not carry it around,
but also put it. But he sounds like an
to
older
the gas
dude.
station. And walk back in.
Sounds like an older dude. He's got a lot of time on his hands, and he fits the profile.
Yeah. So no, I just thought it was funny that but like I said, I wasn't gonna go back.
Shout out him.
So, yeah, he got his 85 cents, man.
I don't think I have too much topics.
Last thing. Sorry.
Here and there, but God.
Last thing. Again, shout out Ben. Shout out Broward Vintage when he was doing his Whatnot episode, Whatnot Live, and selling his vintage clothes.
Yeah, hopefully he does another one. We'll
check
put
Broward Vintage on eBay. It's on our link tree, all that stuff. He gave us a lot of shout outs. He shouted us a few times, talked about the pod and let everyone who was watching, which was, a good amount of people, 70, 80 people watching at a time. He was shouting out, saying what we were doing, and that's love, man. I appreciate you, Ben. I appreciate Broward Vintage. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for taking time out of what you're doing to promote your brand, to promote ours as well. And that's love, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, sir. That's all I got. Good.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't have much going on. I am traveling to New York Christmas Eve to that Friday before New Year's. So, like I said, if we might have to take a break that week just to be with our family and friends, and instead of thinking about preparing for the pod and doing all that, focus on wrapping up the end of the year. We might take a week off, but we'll definitely be back. What do we got till then? 2 episodes. Let's see. We got at least one episode next week. We'll make that decision when it gets closer. But yeah, if it's your first time listening, thank you for listening to the entire episode. Subscribe to the YouTube page. We're trying to get to 200. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. And 106 we'll lock in for next week. Maybe we'll get a guest on for, if we're going to end it on that note, maybe we'll get a couple guests on. We'll talk.
I can get it. I can talk to a few people. I got a few people in mind that I can talk to.
Yeah, we'll have some fun. But for episode 105, we appreciate everybody that interacts with us, the content flow, everybody that supports and talks about us. We love to continue to do it. We want to continue to do it as long as it's fun. You guys make it fun for us. So Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama, episode 105. Enter the lab, exit the lab. Peace.
Good night, Z.
Go Giants, kind of, maybe, sort of. Go Dolphins.
Fins up. Fins up.